We're only streaming today. But what a shame, because we got this beautiful gentleman in the studio here, Charleston Hughes of the Toronto Argonauts. How you doing, Chucky?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Good.
Just enjoying the great news. Feeling good about the season coming up. Got to get in shape.
Pull that mic in, yeah. And we were just talking. I said a scout had put on Twitter yesterday. He's like, "You boys better all be in shape, showing up for camp." And I'm like, "They've had to work for the last year. Like, what's your training regimen been like?"
I mean, you just got to try to do what you got to do to stay in shape. You know, I'd be lying if I just said, "Oh, I worked out every single day of the entire break that we had for an entire year." No, it don't work like that. You got to kind of give your body time to rest. You got to kick it up, turn it down, kick it up, turn it down. So basically, I've been training periodically off and on throughout the entire pandemic, besides running stairs and being creative with your workouts. But you just got to keep the legs moving, especially at my age. The young guys, they can take a year off and then come back and not lose a step. For older guys like myself, you got to kind of keep up with your athletic ability or you'll taper off pretty hard.
Do you feel better than ever?
I feel great. Yeah, I feel pretty good. Like although it's a year off from being banged up, but I look at it as it was a year off of mental hurt too. So,
feel refreshed.
A lot of like mental highs and lows, with my career and the position I was in. So you just got to kind of figure it out the best way you can, right?
Good point. Good, because everybody else has moved on, but you're still thinking about it, right?
Yeah,
I get it.
Thinking about it. Yeah. It's a year off.
Yeah. Hang on. So, as you know, Charleston, we like to bring in viewer participation here. So John Burns is watching in Calgary, and he dropped $5 to get his chat read. Glad the CFL is back this summer. Looking forward to elk season starting. If not this Labor Day, then Labor Day 2022. That's the thing. They're going to call it elk hunting in Calgary. You get it, right?
Yeah,
Shooting elk.
I don't know how I feel about that name, though, man. Elks, that's...
What would you rather have had?
Edmonton Errors.
Errors?
Yeah.
What is it?
Like an error. Like an error.
You don't like Edmonton, though, right?
No, not one chance.
Not one chance. Hang on. From Chris Bird in Toronto. Welcome to Argo Nation, Charleston.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
How have the Argo fans been to you?
They've been good so far, man. Yeah, I've been loving every minute of being an Argo. So I can't wait to be able to put the jersey on and really represent, the brand and the team. But that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Darren Workman writes in, he's watching on YouTube, greetings from Salt Lake City. Never thought I would see a time when fans in the U.S. are more interested in the CFL playing than people in Canada. Tons of interest in the States. I wouldn't go that far. Over the last 24 hours, people are bouncing off the walls. What sense have you got from the fans the last day?
Man, I think it's been like an explosion of, the wait is over finally. And I think it's going to be a great opportunity for people to really get out and see a game and get out and, get excited about sports and CFL football because it's been taken away. And when it's been taken away like that, you appreciate it more when it comes back, right?
Did you think at any point you might have played your last game? I don't think you did.
That's part of the mental highs and lows where I went through.
You thought
about
it,
a battle, and I thought about man, I did not expect my career to end this way.
Wow.
And I went through a hard battle, a hard struggle with having to deal with, I got to keep training, but I don't know what I'm training for because potentially this could be it for me. So, like I said, it's a struggle. It was a struggle for sure.
Wow. Well, but now you're reporting to camp. What did you say? July 2nd you're going to be?
Yeah, like July 2nd I'll be making my way out to Toronto and start preparing and getting acclimated with the city and, where to live and how the heck where's camp? Don't know.
I could tell you where it is for the Argos, but I so that hasn't been communicated to you yet. Where you're going?
Not yet, but I'm pretty sure they got a lot on their plate, too, with getting stuff organized for players because you got to start figuring out how to get guys across the border and start, putting stuff in line. So pretty sure it'll come around.
So it's interesting. So the schedule came out this morning. I mean, the only thing I'd heard this morning was that the Lions were going to be playing at the Rough Riders in week 1. That's it. But I guess at 10 a.m. Mountain, the whole schedule came out.
Yeah.
And you said, what, the Riders and Argos only play once?
Yeah.
So if you had a look at it?
Yeah, I already looked. September 17th. I'm already a step ahead. So now that I saw, all right, you could check that off on the schedule and circle it. So make sure I destroy that team. And then we got Calgary week 1. So destroy that team too.
How about
and then
that?
everybody else, they just fall in line.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, you told me and I forgot. The game is here or Toronto?
It's here in Sask.
Chucky's return.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. What'll that be like compared to your return to Calgary?
I think it'll be that much better, especially because everybody kind of, I think, the fans of Saskatchewan kind of felt like I should be here. And it felt like they seen the situation that it was more out of my control than it was. There was nothing I could do about that, a situation like that. It's a pandemic and, funds are tight on one end and, you unleash the funds for certain players, but you kind of hold it tight for other players. And obviously, I wasn't one of those players to unleash it for. So you got to move on and do what's best for me and my family, right?
Can't imagine the stress that you went through, but now you know.
I know.
Right?
And I'm still in Regina. I mean, so that shows that I like it here.
But we knew that.
Yeah.
We knew that. From Chris Bird, he says, the Argos play the Ticats 4 times. Well, why not?
Yeah.
Why? Obviously, you've looked at that too. How do you feel about playing Hamilton 4 times? Whatever. It's on the
I
schedule.
guess it's whatever, man. I don't know, man. You just gotta kind of take it for what it is. I did see that and like, why we're playing those guys so much, but I would assume that they built the schedule like that because of
Travel?
Yeah, because of travel and the COVID situation. So I'm pretty sure Calgary and Edmonton are probably playing 4 times. Like every team's gonna play their rival maybe 4 times this year.
Hey, everybody's so excited to see you. So I'm going to read their comments as opposed to mine, right? You're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
From William in Lloydminster, the fans wanted you here, Charleston, but good luck in Toronto. You knew that.
Yeah.
From Wayne in Victoria, BC, it's awesome to be talking CFL again. I love this league. I'm so ecstatic. From Roe Williamson, can't wait to go to Mosaic Stadium. The drive from Saskatoon to Regina, picking up A&W, driving home after the game, listening to the Green Zone. Sherry Petty says, Chuck looks like a wolf in Red Black's clothing.
Ooh, okay. I like the sound.
You weren't thinking that, were you, when you put that on today?
No, but I like the color red.
It is.
Like
Does
red
very
and
look
black.
good on you. It does.
Yeah.
What is that? What's the sticker on?
Yeah, better with age.
My eyes are bad. I couldn't see it from here.
See, yeah.
Well, we should talk about that. How is the podcast going?
It's going pretty good so far. Yeah, it's been growing. Every time we drop an episode, we got Brandon Banks coming on pretty soon. I heard you and Brandon Banks got some kind of
Doesn't like
feud
you.
going on.
The list is growing. Yeah.
I know, man. It seems like every time I start bringing somebody on my show, first it started with
Doesn't like Rod. Yeah.
Bo Levi and his feud with you, and now I'm hearing Brandon Banks got a feud with you. I'm like, man, I didn't even know this stuff.
So have you interviewed Speedy B yet? Or
I
you're
haven't
going to?
yet. I'm going
Are you
to.
going to bring this up on there?
Oh, definitely, definitely, most definitely. I want to know.
I'll tell you what happened. It
Okay.
was the week of the Grey Cup. The last Grey Cup, and when he won Most Outstanding Player, I said that Cody Fajardo got robbed, and I gave all these reasons why Cody should have won MVP, and Speedy B just lost his mind. And we kind of went back and forth on Twitter, and I said, are you that... I can't remember the term I said, but this is going to rattle you? That I think Cody Fajardo should be the MVP? Obviously, I'm going to think he's the MVP. Then we went back and forth because he's never won a Grey Cup. And so I put a photo of my Grey Cup rings on there. I said, I can't hear you. My 2 Grey Cup rings are plugging my ears. And that just sent him around the bend.
Ooh.
And of course, people in Hamilton are like, you're a radio guy. You're a media. Doesn't count. I said, it's trash talk, man.
Yeah,
Right.
But still, the sparks are flying.
Right. Oh, yeah. It was. But it's fun stuff, Chucky. You've been doing this for years.
Yeah, man. I enjoy the banter. I enjoy the trash talk. Like, there's nothing nobody can say.
No, it's
that
just,
really
obviously, I know I didn't step foot on the field. That's not the point. The fact is, I got 2 rings, you don't. So go win one and shut me up. But
I know I ain't step on the field, but I watch you.
exactly, yeah. But that's the kind of stuff that makes the CFL so much fun, obviously, right? But you just interviewed the guy that the movie, not Shooter, what was the one that was based on that?
American Sniper.
Yes.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you tell our viewers about that interview?
Yeah, it was a great interview. We interviewed the The guy who was Bradley Cooper's sidekick in American Sniper, but he was the real guy who was with the official, I can't remember his name. He ended up getting murdered trying to help other guys. And it was a crazy story. You have to watch the show to kind of get details about it, but it was very interesting. And he told us about his book that's called The Last Punisher, and about some guy on the show that he calls that was part of his training crew. And his name was the Mad Shitter.
Yeah.
And you got to watch the show to figure out why they called him the Mad Shitter. But it's a funny story that happened in Afghanistan.
Chris Kyle, we're talking about, but that's not the guy. Well, obviously, Chris Kyle's not alive anymore, but it was his sidekick. Right?
It was his sidekick. Yeah. So Chris Kyle Spotter, I guess you could say.
Yeah. From Brian Eitenauer, love Chucky. Wish you were still wearing green. Good luck in Toronto. Except the game against the Riders. The LOL. Riders play Calgary 3 times. Nick Grant, watching on YouTube, says, see you in week 2 in Winnipeg, Charleston.
That's funny. And then look at Mandy Donald talking about Speedy B blocked me during the Grey Cup last time.
You saw that, huh? You saw that. Boy, everything's coming back, and it's coming back fast. Ryan in Saratoga, New York, says, what's the name of Charleston's pod? I would love to give it a listen and maybe book him as a guest on mine.
Better with Age webcast.
That's it. It's not hard to find.
That's it. Not hard to find. Better with Age webcast.
I like this guy, the guy in Winnipeg. See you in week 2 in Winnipeg. Like, the fans are all over this.
I see.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. I remember my season tickets with the Riders.
Look, Johan right there.
What's he saying?
Yeah, Kevin Lace.
Kevin Lace is the Navy SEAL. Thanks, Johan. Glad to see you watching. But I love what you do, Charleston. Right after the anthem, here, and I assume you'll do it in Toronto, you would always run down to the north end zone and just go nuts, right? You're like the only guy. So have you been planning to do that, right? So it kind of stands out.
100%, man. I like engaging with the fans. I like engaging on the sideline. Usually I'm on, if you have sideline passes to be on the sideline, usually I'm engaging with every single fan, and I make sure I talk to every last person on the sideline. So it's like something that I enjoy doing, and I like pumping the crowd up.
See, I never watched when you were doing that in Calgary. I was intent on my guys.
Yeah.
Were you doing that in Calgary too?
100%.
From day one?
From day one.
So you're planning on doing it in BMO Field too then?
100%. I might even run up there in the stands. I
can't wait.
Places where I got direct access, so be ready. Nation.
Nick Grant says 2019 champs, baby. Hashtag for the W. Oh, those Bomber fans, they're awake today. They've woken up today. Look, when we come back, I want to ask you some actual football questions. And from producer Clark, here's a question for you. So you think about it in the break. With all the free agent signings in Toronto, how excited is Charleston to get to camp and get to know his new D-line mates? So hold that thought. Everybody's saying you guys are buying a Grey Cup, right? You spent all the money.
I think every team buys it.
Do you? Okay, We'll talk about that when we come back. We got Charleston Hughes of the Argos in studio on a very special day in the Canadian Football League.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.